Hello.
Hey, how are you, man?
Good. How are you? Good to see you again.
It's good to see you. Always good to see you. I've been doing
Yeah, I
well.
like that.
You've been well?
Absolutely. Yeah. I've been well. Nice shirt. Nice touch
Thank you.
there. Yeah.
I wore this
Brilliant.
grocery shopping yesterday.
Okay. Brilliant. Somebody stopped you?
No. It's all
No.
good.
No.
You got to spread the word. You got to spread the word.
Yeah. Awesome.
What have you been doing?
Well, I guess has it been 2 years since we talked, or less than that, maybe? I don't know. Did we talk even like before this album? No, we didn't.
No, not before this album. Before Aromantic 2, we did.
Yeah, maybe before the tour as well that we did 2 years ago. I don't know. Can't remember.
You were discussing just being on tour with Kiss and playing down at that.
Yeah,
Uh,
the amphitheater kind of thing. Yeah, like the Red
yeah.
Rocks of Sweden, like I could usually
Yes.
call it. Yeah. Yes, that was wild, and that must have been right before heading to Australia, I think, for
I
that
think
first tour
so.
with the Night Flight Orchestra. Yeah. So
Mm.
since then, working on the new album, working really hard. I don't think I worked harder on anything I've ever done before. And it's been quite a journey. So I've been very busy, and we've been playing with Soilwork as well for a bit. So yeah, we just done our first tour for the new album in Europe about 5 weeks, and had a little bit of a break this spring, and now we're heading to Australia again. So who would
Yes.
have thought? That's amazing.
Yeah. First
Mhm.
time in Adelaide too, so we're very excited about that.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Does the Night Flight Orchestra present on the touring side any unique challenges that you sort of hadn't faced with soil work?
Um,
Not
That's a
really,
good
I'm guessing.
question. No, I mean vocally, I mean it's a different thing vocally, and um, when you're in a fairly extreme metal band, if you get sick, you can sort of get away with it, especially with the screamy vocals. It's easier to get away with things. There's a bit more sort of stripped down things in the Night Flight Orchestra, like intros with just a keyboard and vocals. That's if you're not if your voice is not doing too well, then oh, it's tough.
How is your voice holding up?
Um, Knock, knock, knock. Quite well, I would say. We just did that European tour, and as long as you don't get sick, it's usually fine. And we had some days off as well. Now we're doing 4 shows back to back in Australia, so hopefully things will work out. And yeah, knock, knock again.
We hit you
But
pretty hard,
yeah,
Helen. We hit you pretty hard because you've got a long flight, and then
yeah,
generally it's show after show, maybe a rest day if you're really lucky, maybe a
yeah,
day before the tour. But we hit you pretty hard, and then you got a long flight home.
yeah.
How do you go with long flights these days?
Well, I mean, when they are sort of those dreamliners, you don't your jet lag is not so bad, I've noticed, and
Mm,
that's
okay.
usually the case. Yeah, so it definitely helps. And but then again, I mean, it's a very long flight, so it's pretty tough. I
I
love
heard,
Australia when I'm there. Like when I'm there, it's fantastic. I love it, and sometimes it's like I don't even want to go home. But getting there, ooh, yeah, it's tough, and it's not getting easier with age. So yeah.
oh, I've still got a few years on you. Don't worry about that. I've spoken with someone about jet lag before, and they were talking about the difference going east as to going west, but I've never
Yeah.
heard it. I've never heard it plane specific before.
Yeah, no, they help. They help. They help. They're like there's a certain light in the Dreamliners that somehow soothes the jet lag, or prevent it from being so bad. I don't know exactly what it is, but it works.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I can highly recommend that. Yeah,
I'll have to make sure to specify next time.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, tell us about the latest album. How did you go with that? You mentioned working hard. Did it take longer than normal, or just more of an intense process? Oh,
I mean, we needed to take our time, and obviously with the passing of our friend and guitarist David, that was a really tough blow. both especially on a personal level, but of course musically and lyrically as well. He was contributing a lot with the songwriting, and I started the band together with David, so we need to take more time and grieve as a band, and then find the joy in the music again,
Mm,
and in the end have we had to turn it into something positive, or it needed to be a celebration of his life, and because we
mm,
felt that this journey is far from over, and that's exactly what David said as well before he passed away. So it's we felt sort of like we need to make him proud. We need to make ourselves proud, and we also need to show all the doubters out there that we can pull this off. So it was quite a task, and I think we just needed extra time, and in the end it turned into something really heartfelt, and I feel this new album is an explosion of emotions, and it sort of, you can really hear what the band has been through, and then that it coming out on the other side, it is very much of a celebration, and a multi-layered album, and but in general very uplifting, I would say.
mm.
uh, yeah.
There's a lot of people on stage, isn't there? How do you go with that many bodies on stage on some of these smaller
Yeah.
stages?
I know, yeah, that can be hard depending on the stage size, of course, and you want to be able to move around as well, So yeah, it's a lot of people, but I mean, it's we wanted to have something special, and we wanted to have a rock show the way it was meant to be, because all the sort of classic rock bands back in the day had backup singers as well. So it's it's
Mm,
it's an
mm.
important part of our sound as well. And the girls are fantastic, and the addition of their voices, on our recordings as well. It's amazing. It creates a whole new dimension, I would say.
What are you doing in between now and when you come down here? Much going on? Just relaxing, taking it all in?
Well, I mean, there's always preparations. Now we have a week before we leave, so I'm rehearsing on my own, and then we got together this 2 days ago, and rehearsed, and then we're gonna have another rehearsal the day before we leave. So a lot of preparations for getting the outfits ready, and ironing the cape. I was gonna say, and those things,
That's
as you
important.
do. Yeah, yeah,
Everyone needs a well ironed cape.
yes.
I'd like to hit you with a quick segment if I can. Um,
Hmm.
this is a suggestion. Now, what I'm going to smash you with questions, very
Okay,
quick answers. There's no right or wrong answer, but the first thing
right.
that comes into your head,
Mhm.
starting now. Who do you
Mhm.
consider invented heavy metal? You can pass if you want.
No, okay, Black Sabbath.
Right. Favorite drink can be alcoholic if you like.
Yeah. Bock beers.
Favorite food,
Uh, Korean.
pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
First
That was
car.
the quickest so far.
I had a ham and pineapple
And my
pizza for
wife is
dinner.
Italian. My wife is Italian, and that was my quickest answer. Yes. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
First car.
A Peugeot.
Thrash metal. Favorite thrash metal album. Do you listen to thrash?
Yeah, I do. Extreme Aggression, Creator.
All time favorite all time record store.
Record store. I mean, when I was growing up and go to high school, it was a place called Södersede. It's like you can't really translate it, but it's a record store in Helsingborg where I was going to high school. So that was a good one.
Favorite metal vocalist apart from yourself.
Uh, Rob Halford.
Favorite movie.
Almost Famous, one of them.
Favorite actor.
Oh, That's a tough one. You want to come up with somebody that not everyone is mentioning all the time. It's like, I don't know, Dennis Hopper.
Vinyl or CD?
I guess vinyl
Favorite all-time gig that you saw?
that I saw.
Yeah, your favorite gig that you attended.
Okay, okay. Ah, Elton John's last show
Okay.
in Stockholm.
Your favorite band to tour with?
Um, we had some amazing tours together. I mean, we toured a few times with Children of Bodom. Those were really good tours. They were pretty crazy, but good ones.
Are
Yeah.
you a cat or dog person?
Dog. I have
Last
a
album you
corgi.
purchased?
Last album I purchased, Neil Young After the Gold Rush on vinyl.
Okay. And last one, you've been to Australia enough times to answer this. Vegemite, yes or no?
That's a tough one because it's like as far as putting it on a sandwich, it's a no for me. But to put them in stews and stuff like that, is that something you can do? Do people do that? Because I feel like
Yeah.
it's also like a bouillon kind of thing, yeah, like a broth.
My mum used to
So
add it to gravy sometimes.
yeah, yeah, I
Mm,
could totally see
mm.
that working. But on a sandwich, I'm sorry.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
all right.
or on toast.
A lot of the problem a lot of foreigners, and sorry to lump you in here, make is they put too much on.
Okay, so it should just be like
Just a
slight
thin,
layer,
yep,
thin layer. Yeah.
yep.
All
I'm
right, I'll
thinking of
try that
making
maybe.
I'm thinking of making an instructional video, actually putting it on YouTube and just
There you go.
telling people to check this. Bjorn, thanks so much for telling us
Thank
about
you.
Night Flight Orchestra coming down here to Australia again very soon. First time in Adelaide. We're very excited. Give us the horns,
So are
mate.
we.
Come
So are we.
on.
Absolutely. We're super excited as well. And first time in Adelaide, I cannot wait. It's going to be a beautiful time. So I'll
Excellent.
see you out there.
You take care of yourself, man, and we'll see you very
You too,
soon.
man. You too, man. Thank you so much for
Legend.
the support. All
No
right.
worries.